Hello and welcome to From Garden to Plate. I'm Alice Erickson. The reason I created this channel is to help people find happiness by connecting to Mother Nature through organic methods in the garden, so therefore they can get amazing yield, and utilizing their fresh and preserved items from the bounty of the harvest and everyday delicious meals. I want to encourage people to go from cooks to house chefs. If you follow the simple things that I will teach you in the garden and in cooking, you can absolutely achieve this. If this interests you, please like and subscribe. In today's episode, I'm going to be showing you how to get one last push out of your garden for the fall season. It's called cleaning up and doing extra one last feeding and such things like that. I will also be making a Verde hot sauce utilizing fresh serranos that have been fermented and seasonings from the garden, of course. Fall cleanup. Yes, I'm going down to the end of the season and it can be sad, but I look at it differently. I'm like, hey, it gives me something to still do. And keeping my mind on things like the garden grounds you, it recharges you, helps you focus, and you get to see creation in its natural form because of your efforts. So I will go through and I will take care of my blight issue. Go in, I will cut off, and then I will do a gentle spray with a copper fungicide. It's organic based, so therefore no problems. The other thing you can do to take care of powdery mildew, by the way, is a light dusting of baking soda, because you are slightly raising the pH level, the acidity level on the plant. That is not the environment that powdery mildew wants to be in. And by the way, powdery mildew is in every form of soil. No matter where you buy it from, it is in there. It's naturally occurring. So therefore you're not getting it from a particular store and it's because of them. It's everywhere. So we all have to deal with it as gardeners. The best thing to do is to take care of it as you see it in a small form and not react to it later on when it's overwhelming and taking over too much. I have a lot of beautiful growth here, so therefore this plant is still going to provide for me. I'm still getting temperatures of 80 degrees. So I did a last fertilization and I still have beautiful greens here, and I'm getting fruit. So I will go through, I will trim down all of the death and do that gentle spray. Fall cleanup. This sure is a mess. During harvest, you get busy, and unfortunately you run out of time. So it slowed down a little bit for me, so therefore I'm going to take care of my plants because they are still providing new buds and growth. But this time of year there is a lot of dew, more than usual, because we still go through hot and cooler spells. So I will go through and I will take off all of the dead. About a week to 2 weeks ago, I did a fertilizer treatment here down on the bottom of the soil. So I'm just going to break that up a little bit. I'm going to be adding some bone meal. It's going to help with the blooms that are being created right now, and the fruit that I will get. It will help to prevent splitting and another calcium treatment to go right in. And the roots that are the most important will actually get a treatment as well. So therefore it fully helps. So this is part of the things I do for fall cleanup. So there are weeds and there is the decay that you have here. You will get all new growth, a little bit of a boost, because where I'm at, I will still be getting high 70s, low 80s, so the plants are still an ideal temperature to be able to keep producing. So after, hope you can hear my little friends, the bees are enjoying the basil blossoms. After I spray the area, I will go in with my fungicide just to make sure that it is treated. So this is a dead blossom, so get all of that out of there. I will pull all of the weeds out. This right here is a marigold baby because I've allowed my blossoms here to go so I can get natural seeds into the soil, which is great. So that way next year they'll have the memory of this season and it'll grow into the offspring. So I just go through and I take care of everybody, clean them up. Later on this evening, I will be doing a treatment for an anti-pesticide, a neem oil with combination, which I've done in an early episode. If you're interested to know, here you go. Some nice seeds from the marigolds here. My pepper plants are still providing a lot of blossoms, and we have a little helper right there. That's who we wanted to attract. Get some aphids eaten down. So I am going to take out all the weeds to make sure there's no competition for nutrients in soil, and one last final feeding. Because my plants are still producing, it'll help the transition because they have all those buds. What's going on, people? I am making my salsa verde hot sauce. So far, I have cut up my tomatillos. I'm gonna roast them at 300 degrees for 45 minutes. I will check on them occasionally, make sure I don't over roast them. I've got a homemade seasoning that I made just for this hot sauce, which consists of coriander, garlic and onion powder, and black pepper and Himalayan salt. These are the tomatillos all cut up. Just do a light sprinkle and I'll put them in the oven. I made the mistake last time that I made this sauce to do it barehanded. It took me almost 3 weeks to heal my hands from the burn that is in the fermented liquid in the peppers. It's like super concentrated. And peppers and stuff, I thought I was fine. Oh no, that was a nasty burn. Wear gloves for sure. Sanitation is incredibly important. I will wash the bottles in a Citrus Shine dishwashing soap. That is 100% certified non-toxic. And then after that, to make sure I got all of the off flavors removed, I'm going to use Star sanitizer because that is a food grade and it will make sure everything's off and no weirdness is going on because I want my flavors to be forward. Time for the fun part, putting it all together. So what I got here is my bowl. I have put 1 tablespoon of my Verde seasoning. I use my mortar and pestle in order to make sure my seasoning is warmed up and more potent. I have white distilled vinegar, that's 5% acidity, and 1 cup worth. On my last blend, I put it together. I am going to put this all in a pot and I am going to simmer for 15 minutes. I have the brine here that I separated from the peppers because that's flavorful and it will also help blend in the vitamix. I go all the way to 10 because I want the silkiest sauce, and then I strain it all over the pot and pour it in. If I don't find my consistency that I want towards the end of the simmer, I will take a little bit of the brine here and I will put potato starch, whisk it in, and then strain that over the pot, mix it in, and it'll thicken just the right amount. Be careful to watch when you simmer because it will foam up high. I had the lid to get it up to a simmer, you just keep an eye on it. Move the spatula constantly to make sure there is no issues with burning. Within the last 5 minutes of my 15-minute simmer, I will add the potato starch to get the proper thickness I want. sweet thing about tomatillos is they actually have a high level of pectin. So I only add as needed. So I'm gonna see what this does, and if I need to add a little potato starch, which is 2 tablespoons, mix into the brine. Make sure it's suspended. This is at room temperature. And then I would slowly pour that in if I need it. Time to do the taste test, see how it came out. So I've got my sauce jar here. I'm gonna go real heavy. Oh yeah, but I love hot sauce, so I can handle it. And Serrano's got some kick, but they're not too bad. Coming out of the jar very nicely. All right, here we go. You taste the coriander, the awesomeness of the flavors that you get from the fermenting of the peppers. And it's all around so good and not overly hot. It can go on everything. I do appreciate you viewing today. Hope to see you soon. May your sauce come out just as well.